Hey everyone, my name is James and welcome back to ChippysCouch. So today, we're back for another round of the Master Mode Let's Play. And in today's episode, we're going to be farming for a nice weapon called the Amarok. And then hopefully, we're going to be using that against the brand new boss that was added in Terraria 1.4, the Queen Slime, which we haven't done here on ChippysCouch. And I'm very excited for it because we're going to be doing it with a yo-yo. Now, so far, I've only ever beaten the Queen Slime in my own personal adventures using a Ranger build or a Summoner's build that has, like, a good amount of room between you and the boss. So this should be an interesting spin on it. So today's Master Mode Episode 14, not to be confused with Master Mode Episode 13, the reupload. So let me just talk about this real quick. Let me address the elephant in the room. For anybody that didn't get the chance to see the original Master Mode 13, but don't worry, nearly 30,000 of you did. That's fantastic. I ended up leaving a nice little portion of audio right in the middle. And I had no idea, because here's the thing. I was having trouble with my editing software in general. So I would go to render the video, you know, the final version, and it would crash. And sometimes it would boot back to the version that wasn't ready yet. So the version with all the segments that hadn't been removed yet. Because when I record an episode, and I think this is interesting to talk about, hopefully. Sometimes when I'm recording an episode, I set up a new segment of the episode. Kind of like how a director sets up a shot. So the shot in question was me talking about the Chic yo-yo. All I wanted to say basically is we're going to make the Chic. But then in this episode, after I said, oh, we're going to make the Chic, I ran out of stuff to talk about. So after I spoke about it, I was like, well, I'm going to cut that out anyway. So it doesn't really matter. So basically what I did was I uploaded an episode where I spoke about making the Chic 4 times. And a lot of you are like, are you okay? Are you all right? You know, because you're kind of saying the same thing 4 times in a row. I am fine. It's just that I knew I was going to cut it. Turns out it didn't get cut, but that's not all. Nah, it couldn't just be that. It couldn't just be me saying the same thing 4 times, because maybe that I could deal with on its own. I also had a little sing-along, right? Sang my heart out to an original tune called, I think it was, I can't remember if it was What Are You or Who Are You? But yeah, basically, if you didn't get the chance to see it, in one of the dead air moments, I just started singing. Obviously, not to you lot. I was just singing. And I was singing in a Luigi voice. And it was the most brilliant, cringiest, funny moment we've had on the show in a while. It was iconically good. Oh, the gradient. Is that better than that? Oh, damn. Right, I'm getting a gradient. Nice. Should we even bother to farm out for the Amarok now that we have the gradient? Probably not, right? This is probably better than the Amarok. Or I'm assuming so, because the damage increase is a good amount. But yeah, my Luigi tune, Who Are You, is going to be available on Spotify soon. Can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Yeah, that was a really interesting thing to wake up to. I did want to leave it. This is the thing. I woke up. I thought, that is absolutely hilarious. You lot were very funny about it. Right, really cracking me up, because that could have been the most embarrassing moment of my life, but it was just too good. It was just too funny and too cringe. And I was like, we should just leave it up. We should just, you know what I mean? Just let it up. Just keep it up for people to see. But the thing I couldn't get over was the fact that I was setting up the same thing 4 times. And that to me is kind of annoying. I was just like, oh, that looks lazy. Like, it just looks weird. Because without the context, people are just going to watch that one video and be like, well, something's clearly wrong with this guy. So I will recreate it for anybody that did miss it. I feel bad. I feel bad that you won't have your authentic experience, because it was golden. It was pure ChippysCouch, the anthem of the couch. But basically, to my recollection, this is what I was saying. And I'll tell you why I was saying it in a minute. I was saying, what are you? Like that. Kind of like Luigi, but just saying, what are you? Basically, and I cut this part out of the video, and this was intentionally cut out, but basically the reason why I had family round was because it was Court's little brother's birthday, and I was talking about how I've got some birthday cake in the household. It's the breakfast of champions, but he's a little lad, right? He's a toddler, And that was the little voice I was using earlier in the day to crack him up. So subconsciously, I think I was just mimicking it. It's brilliant. It's good. Of all the things that could have get left in, though, I'm kind of glad it was that and not something, like, worse. Do you know what I mean? Like, I could have started belting out a bit of Queen, right? And what if I couldn't hold my tune? You know, what would people say then, right? Clearly a master of singing What Are You, but, you know, what if it was a song people didn't like? That would have been unfortunate. Alright, so we have a new long platform, which we're going to use. But I think before we do it, we're going to need a set of wings, because otherwise this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. Yesterday, I did ask, is there like a new meta to wings? You know, like what are people doing now they've nerfed them and changed them up a little bit? And we did get a comment that was basically like, I don't really know a new meta, but the mount from the Queen Slime is a really good alternative to wings. So that actually sounds pretty good. We're going to see if we can get that mount. But I think personally, I probably need a set of wings to get anywhere with this fight. So what I'm going to do real quick is before the night changes... Oh, no. Can we get there in a minute? Probably not. I was going to quickly change the where the witch doctor is so we can get some wings that way. Yeah, I'm probably just going to buy leaf wings to begin with, and then we'll work our way through. So I do want to say real quick, I'm very grateful for this community, because when you slap a banging song out like that, you know, two things can happen. One, you get bullied off the internet for embarrassing yourself, or your audience embraces the cringe and has a good time. And that's what you did, and I'm very, very grateful. It's good to embrace the cringe sometimes. I look back on it, like I was watching it this morning, and I genuinely was howling. Like, I wish I could have been on the other side of the screen to experience it the way you did, because it was awkward. and I do kind of love it. It reminds me of there's a video from back in the day with Felix where he was basically in a rush to get an episode out, right? Been there, done that. And what he did was he left in this clip. Oh, this is do you know what? I'm having trouble with this recently, where every little every jungle setup I've been doing recently has been basically turning into corruption. I think it's just bad world gen for me. Yeah, anyway, so Felix was in a rush to get this video out, and it was like a let's play. I don't know, it's some horror game back in the day. And instead of rendering the video in full, instead he just rendered the face cam, but didn't edit out any of the audio snippets or anything like that. Kind of like what I did yesterday, where it's all in. Because when you're a YouTuber, you don't talk constantly. It's not a live stream. You talk, have a break, chill out, you know? That's why it feels different from a stream. And in that dead moment, you know, you natter on. I don't know, like you sing it or hum or I don't know, whistle, whatever. Anyway, he just left the whole thing up with just the face cam. And it was good cringe. It was really good cringe. I like it a lot. And he just left it up. He left it up for everyone. I wish I could have done that, but you know, that could have just been a singular video for him. Whereas for me, it was like in the middle of a let's play that I want people to enjoy a year from that. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm grateful to have you lot. Thank you. And I don't know if I'll ever know the question of what are you? I don't know what really brought me to say that. I think I'm trying to think back, and I'm really grasping at straws to think, but I think it might have been thinking about PewDiePie's live stream where he was basically saying to everything, are you titanium? So I think maybe that's where I got it from. I just go, what are you? Like, not actually meaning it. I don't know. I really don't know. Where does any good music come from, right? Where does it come from? Basically, and I hate to admit this now, for the last couple of years, you've been watching Post Malone. That's right. I can just admit it now. I'm Post Malone, okay? My new album's coming out next week. It's going to have a few bangers on there. The sequel to What Are You is Who Are You and Where Did You Come From? What's that tune where it's like, where did you come from? Oh, what is that? Oh, what is that tune? Cotton Eye Joe. Oh my god. That's the tune I couldn't remember. Cotton Eye Joe. That's amazing. That's going on the album. Oh my god. Do you know where I was thinking of the song from as well? This is not going to mean anything to anyone, but there was like a local arcade. There was like a tap. What are those dance games called? Do you know where you just basically dance on them? A dance mat, whatever, right? You get what I'm talking about. And I remember every time you'd go past this one, it was just Cotton Eye Joe. That's all it would play. And I was trying to like really like go back into my mind to remember the song that came from this one thing. Wow. Okay. That's the nostalgia trip we're taking today. So yeah, we're building an area for the Witch Doctor and getting some leaf wings. The thing is, I actually need a little bit of money because I don't have enough money to really do this. I don't know what I did in pre-hard mode, but it definitely wasn't save any money. Wasn't great. Oh, so I did get some comments about the donut shop because I was saying about the donut shop with the bouncer. There was two questions. One, are they expensive donuts and are they good? Yeah, they're expensive. They're like a $5 a donut, which is good. That's a lot of money. And are they good? No, they're not that great. I don't like them personally. They've got a bit too much going on. Sometimes I think less is more, but I can understand the appeal. I remember this guy walked in, because I did buy a donut from there once, and their big thing is like they're vegan donuts. And this guy walked in and was like, "Oh wow, I've been a vegan for 20 years, and it just makes me so happy that this will be my first vegan donut. I've waited all this time for a place to do them." And I remember the woman behind the counter. I don't know if this is true. I'm just quoting her. She was like, "Yeah, well, all donuts are vegan. It's just the toppings that are not." And I was like, oh, this poor guy had waited 20 years for his donut. I felt really awful for him. I still to this day, I don't know if it's true. It seems like it could be true, but I know so little about being a vegan. And you've all heard my escapades about becoming a vegetarian for a week, because that was horrific. Or was I trying to become a vegan? I don't know. I didn't put the jungle pylon down. That's a shame. We're going to wait until nighttime anyway, and then mooch back there. Let me just check real quick. How much money do we have? 87. Is that enough? Because I know it's reduced, but I don't think it's reduced by that much. I don't know. We'll see in a minute. All right, so it's nighttime. It's actually the next night because I forgot to get out of bed. I was just like watching the clock and I was like, oh yeah, I was meant to do something, and then it was daytime. All right, let's go get our wings. So I went out today because in Britain we're allowed to leave. But it's important, like, when you go out, you got to wear a mask, you got to wear gloves if you can, and sanitize and be safe and follow the guidelines. You know the drill, right? I know the drill, you know the drill. I'm sure you've heard it enough. Other than washing your hands, I'm not going to lecture. But the reason I went out is because I'd read that the local retro game shop is unfortunately going to close. Because of the coronavirus. Oh, God, I said it. Am I going to get demonetized? We'll find out. But basically, it's impacted the business so bad that it's just come at the wrong time. And unfortunately, they're closing. So I went there today with a specific purpose. Oh, these are 60. Nice. Yeah, I went there today to go and pick something up for the final time, to go spend a good chunk of money. Just to support them, because I've been very grateful to have a retro game shop in my city, because they're rare, and I don't know, it's not the most popular thing in the world, but I was always really grateful for it. So, what did I get? Well, I got a couple of Game Boy games, Game Boy Advance games, from when I was a kid that I didn't own anymore, which are not really that interesting, but me and Court were looking for a birthday gift for her other little brother, because it was her other little brother's birthday, basically. And we were like, oh, we should get him a game for the Switch. And we'd seen that they'd released, like, a kind of rip-off of Nintendogs for the Switch. I think it's called, like, Cats and Dogs or something like that, or, like, Furry Friends or something. Anyway, we got nostalgic and we were like, oh, man, like, I haven't seen Nintendogs since 2005 or whatever it's been. So I picked up a copy of Nintendogs. We're going to play it later. I'm very excited to see if it holds up, because all I can remember about Nintendogs, for anybody that also played it, maybe you can get some nostalgia as well, is going on a walk with a dog and like drawing on the little map where you were taking your dog, and you could only take it so far. So you could either prioritize like going to the shop to buy a dog toy, or like meet up with somebody, but you could also use your daily walk to like walk past presents and stuff. So I'm really excited to see like just what that's all about. And then I picked up a boxed copy of a game that I absolutely loved as a kid called SimCity for the SNES. So I picked that up, and I'm really excited to put it in the back of my office. But yeah, I just wanted to do my bit. I felt so awful for these, because it's run by two guys, and yeah, it's just a bit of a shame. But the guy wrote in the paper that it's a good time for him because he's going to go and work as like a teacher. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure he'll turn out to be a very cool teacher. I mean, I don't really know the guy that well, but I did feel for him because, you know, it's just not the best time, really, for everyone. But I hope everybody out there is doing all right. It's weird times. That's why I'm grateful to have you lot, because you're all so supportive. It's pretty amazing. Okay, anyway, let's do Queen Slime. I'm pretty pumped for this. Do I think I'll win first time? Probably not. Yeah, I don't think so. Have I got any money though left over? Because we could do a quick reforge of our yo-yo. Where is it? The gradient. Yeah, let's give this a quick reforge. So you know how I talk about the thumbnail world? I just noticed then we have target dummies. These are from the thumbnail world because I wanted an image where all the yo-yos were flying out. Couldn't get it, so I just faked it in Photoshop. But the free version, paint.net. Superior gradient, nice. Okay, let's go back up to the surface, and let's give this a go. I am pretty pumped for this. The last time I did this, like I mentioned, I was doing it as a summoner, but not only was I doing it as a summoner, I was doing it later than you were meant to, and I had like all the buffs in the world because I'd done a lot of fishing. So I'm curious to see how this will go. I think the only tip I can give for Queen Slime is to maintain a good distance and to basically move away from some of the stuff that she spawns, because essentially that is what will get you killed. Those little extra minions, they be tough. Here she is, Queen Slime, making her debut here on ChippysCouch. Very exciting times. All right, here she is. What do you all think, real quick, of the Queen Slime? Do you think she's a good fight? Do you think she's a bad fight? Actually, I'm not even going to say that, because I think everybody thinks she's a good fight. But yeah, what do you think of her? I really like her. It's so, to me, and I mean this in a great way as a compliment to mods, but it's so modded. Like, that's the vibe I get. I feel like it's straight out of a mod pack. But I love the colors, and I love the sprites. I really like it. I like that the two bosses we got in 1.4 are both women as well. Like, I don't know, there's something nice about that. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of people call it like the Senex effect with both of these bosses. Yeah, I kind of feel that a little bit. I mean, this kind of reminds me of Senex as well as the Empress of Light, just based on her like vanity and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a cool fight. So I'm already noticing that it's harder with the yo-yo than I've ever fought it before, because you have to stay this certain distance, and that ain't the best. Oh god, what am I doing? Oh, I just started spawning spiders. I didn't even realize. Oh god. All right, well, we'll try it again. We'll try it again. I think we could do it, maybe. I think maybe I could do with a few more buffs. So I think soon we'll have to do some fishing. I think if we don't do it, we'll do some fishing for tomorrow, because it's kind of important. Did I even take the buffs, or did I make 2 of each? I've got no idea. I've got some grapes as well. What does this say? Raft not included. So what's that a reference to? Does anybody know? Raft not included? I'm not sure. Knowing Terraria, though, it's a reference to something. There's a reference to everything in this game, I swear. It used to make it really easy, because back in the day, on Chippy Gaming, I still love talking about this kind of stuff. But I used to love talking about references in Terraria. Like, if I could get an excuse to talk about some references, I would. And to be honest, I am kind of excited to do that again with 1.4. Although I don't know if that's the kind of content that I want to make anymore. I'm not really sure. But yeah, there are so many more references in the game that I do want to talk about. References are cool. They unite a lot of people, like, because obviously there'll be references in this game to things that you like that I probably never heard of, or things that you might not have heard of. Here's one thing. You get the robot hat, right, in Terraria, and I thought everybody just knew that that was Cave Story. Because I put out a tweet yesterday that referenced games that were entirely made at some point by one person. And I put it at some point because a lot of these games got remasters by other people, basically. And a lot of people didn't know what Cave Story was. I was so confused by that. I thought Cave Story was really popular, but I guess not. Oh, God. All right. I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm good enough. Maybe what might be best is if we actually start working on our better accessories now. Or maybe do something different. Alright, I think I found some rubies, but this area is a nightmare. It's just, it's basically just filled with hallowed enemies. So I'm going to hopefully grab these quick, and then this should be enough. It's amethyst. Oh my god. I got baited hard then. So the thing is, I just got baited by some amethyst, and I was like, alright, now I know that. That's that shade, and that's that shape. Got baited immediately after. This is how close I was. Look, this was the amethyst. This was the other amethyst. All right, I think I've actually found rubies. Like, that's got to be rubies. Hey, it was. All right. So it is an actual, like, clear red then. Hopefully I'll remember that. I probably won't. But we'll see. We'll see. Let's see. Are there any more rubies around here? I don't know. I don't remember coming to this area all that much. All right. That's probably enough. Okay. So let me go set it up, and then we'll do some more farming for the Amarok. I hope I get it. I do hope I get it. It would be nice. Also, I killed an earth golem a minute ago. They give you a lot of gold. Can we just appreciate that real quick? Big up earth golems. They're kind of annoying because they throw rocks at you, which is frustrating. I forget I need to sell all this, actually. But other than that, it's all right. Here I am going, oh, I don't have that much money. When in reality, I had like, I had an absolute bunch from just stuff I could sell. I'm going to keep this black lens because it'll be good if we ever make the optic staff. Okay. Hey, look at that. That was really quick. That was the first one I killed as well. A superior Amarok. Nice. Okay, that's great. I'm just going to farm out the rest of them for money real quick. I wasn't expecting to get it so quickly. I was just like, because I started fighting it, and then I thought to myself, oh, I probably should have introduced this a little bit. Or at least said, all right, farming begins, and then I just got it. So, yeah, kind of did the work for me. I wonder if I can get a second one. That'd be good. We can sell it. I bet they sell for quite a bit, to be honest. Yeah, it'll be good as well, because we can get some reforges and stuff, and you know, all that good stuff. I always forget though, there's a reforge that you can get that that extends the length of your yo-yos. I can't remember which one it is. I think it's melee speed. That's what I'm going to say it is. Because I don't think melee speed is that important when you've got a yo-yo, and I think that's what they do with it instead. So maybe that will help. Let me grab my Amarok anyway. So here's the damage comparison. So this is 56. This is an actual one-drop yo-yo. And this is 60. But I'm pretty sure this also freezes enemies, so it has like a little bit of extra stuff going on with it. Yeah, like look at that, frostburn as well. So I don't know if you can frostburn. Oh, look at that, you can. So I'm assuming you can probably frostburn the queen slime as well then. All right, so that's the farming part done. Let's go back home, and I'm just gonna get working on flogging this stuff. I'm interested to see how much money we'll get by the end of it. So I'll do a quick comparison. So I'm going to sell a bunch of stuff that I might not need. So we've got 29 currently. Let's sell a bunch of it. All right. So after all of that, we got a platinum and a half. That was, yeah, that was actually pretty good. Yeah, I like that. So maybe this would be better for Queen Slime. I think maybe the issue I'm going to have is probably the first half, because that's when it's more in your face and you have to be better at dodging. I wonder if, yeah, if I can get to the second half, I wonder if it'll be better. Oh my god. I need to mute my Apple Watch. It won't shut up today. All right, muted. Muted for an hour. There you go. Shut up, Apple. Leave me alone. Okay, that's Apple on the buzzer right now. They're like, can we get? I can't even remember the name of the song I was singing. Like, can we get that on Apple Music, please? Oh, go away, Apple. I'm speaking to Spotify. What is it? What are you? There you go. What are you? See, I'm struggling to remember it because I don't even remember saying it. That's the worst bit. I actually just, I don't know. It's because it's like mindless chatter. I was so brain dead from all that mining that it just slipped out. What can I say? All right, okay. Begin. This will be the final part of today's episode. But it's been a good little laugh. I've had fun today. And I've done what I wanted to do. Basically, I just wanted the Amarok today. And I wanted to try out Queen Slime. And I feel like I've done that. So, win or not, we'll be back tomorrow for more. So yeah, the streak continues. I'm going to count the streak as a win. Even though I had to delay an episode by a day. Because of needing to basically wait for editing software. I'm going to count it as a win. I'm going to count the streak still going. And I'm very proud of myself. Maybe I just need to be a little bit less aggressive with this fight. Put a little bit more distance between me and the boss. I'm getting hit by these little pink slimy balls more than anything. I never really even noticed these pink slimy balls when I was fighting it before, to be honest. But I think that's like, when you change class, you start to notice attacks that you're more vulnerable to. That's probably it. Oh, I need a drink. My throat's about to go. Oh no, how will I perform tonight at Wembley? Alright, it's over. That's it done for today. So, I just want to say, yeah, thank you for watching, but also thank you for being champions last night. I really appreciate it. Very kind, right? Very complimentary. Big shout out, as always, to our members that are rolling by on screen right now. I appreciate you. Thanks for supporting the channel. It's much appreciated. So if you do want to join that members program, we have a link in the description. The money goes to supporting the channel, basically, and you get like a lot of cool rewards. It's worth learning about. We have a video that explains it all. You know, and it's always there if you want it. There will be a vlog up for the tier 3 members tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. So look out for that. But you'll have a community post about it. Right. See you all in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you tomorrow. Peace.